Thursday, January 22nd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Temperatures still not bad. Yesterday we had highs in the 60s in Charlotte and Fayetteville over toward Wilmington and Jacksonville. It was 70 in Columbia yesterday, 58 in Greensboro, 54 degrees the high in Raleigh. This morning it's a little cooler than where we have been the past day or two. 32 on the board during the 5 a.m. hour in Charlotte and Greensboro, just below freezing in Raleigh. Cape Hatteras at 42. It is 39 down in Columbia. All right, in terms of the next storm system, it's really beginning to organize off across the southern plains and spreading into the lower Mississippi Valley. Let me show you the higher detailed radar imagery. First of all, very quiet across the Carolinas this morning, and it will be another quiet day. But already, again, during the 5 a.m. hour, you're looking at precipitation moving to near the Mississippi River. And then kind of a messy deal around the Oklahoma City metro this morning. Some of the metropolitan area seeing a heavy, very cold rain. Other areas around the Oklahoma City metro seeing heavy snow. And that area, pretty good precipitation, continues through much of eastern Texas, that snow line, trying to work a little bit further to the south there through North Texas, and a lot of clouds associated with that. And we're going to see some of those primarily high clouds streaming overhead here in the Carolinas at times today, and then the precipitation arrives tomorrow. So let's talk about it. First of all, today you can see those high clouds fanning out ahead of the main areas of precipitation. Those clouds continuing to thicken up then as we head on into tonight. Temperatures continuing to back down just a bit. Still not bad. Around 57 for the high in Charlotte and Raleigh, 54 in Greensboro, 63 in Columbia. Then tomorrow, a cloudy sky, and as the day unfolds, we're going to see that precipitation arrive. Probably by lunchtime in a good chunk of western North Carolina, and if it hasn't arrived in your spot there for the I-85 corridor by lunch, it'll be there soon thereafter. Now, anybody is fair game to see some sleet pellets or some snowflakes initially as the precipitation first moves in, but very quickly the atmospheric column warms enough that we're looking in most spots at a chilly soaking rain. You can see there. Now, I say most spots. I'm talking in the Piedmont. At a different scenario, which I'll show you in just a second, in the higher elevations, there's your precipitation continuing to really crank then as we get toward Friday evening. Eventually, this will taper off Saturday, but still a lot of shower activity around Saturday morning before we maybe see a small amount of clearing late in the day. Now, it's going to be a cool day tomorrow. Your high temperature around 38 in Greensboro, 40 in Charlotte, 46 in Columbia as the clouds thicken and the precipitation advances in. So here's the general idea, and I'll show you the high-resolution modeling in just a minute. Again, most of the Piedmont, a chilly, soaking rain event, but as you get into the higher elevations of the foothills and then up into the mountains, that's where the precipitation types could remain wintry for a majority of the event. Now, this is a moisture-packed system. Check out the RPM modeling rain totals with this. Most spots in North Carolina up over 1 inch of liquid equivalent precipitation. And here's what the RPM is forecasting for snow totals with this system. And again, you notice there, the higher elevations there, western Surry County, western and northern parts of Wilkes County, up into the mountains. That's where you could see the wintry precip hold on long enough, certainly to get some precipitation. I definitely think the mountains will get a decent amount of wintry precip, but it's going to be really dependent on small-scale temperature variation. It's going to be a tough temperature forecast. Now, let me show you the GFS and the NAM, and then I'll get into the high-resolution modeling. There's the GFS snow chart, little bullseye there over the mountains. And then the NAM computer model, pretty good agreement, and it does actually bring just a little bit of light snow at the tail end of the event to parts of the Triad area. All right, on to the European model. That's what it looks like as the precipitation arrives later tomorrow. There we are overnight tomorrow night into Saturday morning. There's around daybreak Saturday, low pressure along the Outer Banks, and then heading out to sea from there. All right, let me go now to the GFS. This was the 0Z run. And you notice as the precipitation first moves in tomorrow afternoon, even out in the part of the Piedmont zones, you could see a little period of some sleet or snow, but then as the air mass reaches saturation, the temperature in most of the column will be above freezing across the Piedmont, but that is not the case there up in the mountains and the highest elevations there in the foothills. That is where you see wintry precip kind of settle in. That's valid tomorrow early evening, This is overnight tomorrow night into Saturday morning, and then as another little piece of energy ripples through. That's daybreak Saturday, and that is early Saturday afternoon. Again, you notice a lot of this falling is some wintry precip in the mountains, but primarily rain out in the Piedmont zones. All right, there's the broader perspective as the precipitation moves in tomorrow. All right, here's the high-resolution NAM model, the 4-kilometer NAM. This is tomorrow evening as that precipitation rolls on in. And then, again, you notice this is early Saturday afternoon as the precip is exiting. That's where it's trying to indicate a few snowflakes mixed in across the Piedmont zones as the system departs as well. All right, on to the Canadian modeling. It's on the same general wavelength here. Let's see. All right, there we go. There's as the precipitation is first arriving. Notice that little high pressure over the Virginias. If that were to hold in place, it'd be a different scenario with this event, but it quickly falls apart and moves out to sea, so you're left with a mountain and higher elevation foothill type of winter precip event. There's the regional Canadian snow totals. There you can see, again, this is a high elevation event, and then especially as you get up into the Virginias. Now, let's look down the road just a bit. All right, so this is the precipitation then with the Clipper we've been talking about for Monday, and it doesn't look like a very big deal, but the European is the most aggressive, at least at the time I'm cutting this video, with the precipitation trying to linger later Monday and even on into Tuesday. Not a lot, but really a cold, raw day with maybe a few flurries here and there on the European solution there by Monday night and Tuesday. It's just kind of a few sprinkles or rain showers on the GFS. And then look at down the road. This is at hour 2:40. That is a big-time shot of cold air right as we welcome February on the European model. And I think I stuck a GFS chart or two in here. Maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, here we go. Let's see. All right, this is out at 276 hours. This is Monday morning. The 2nd of February, there's that next system we've been talking about, still skirting by to the south. This is a lot of cold air in the eastern part of the country. And then there comes a brutal shot of Arctic air on the 0Z GFS around February 4th. So plenty of shots of cold air and maybe some potential funny games, wintry precip-wise, down the road. But I kind of laid out how this Friday and Saturday system's unfolding. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.